In a previous video, I showed you how to create a HubSpot record from Typebot via API. So in this video, what I'd like to do is show you the other part that I was trying to accomplish, which is to create a ticket in HubSpot and then associate that ticket to the contact record. So to quickly recap the previous video, what I did was searched for a contact that existed in the HubSpot CRM. And this is the API URL that I used. And then once I found the matching contact, what I did was search for the key properties and made sure that the information was updated in the record. So if it didn't exist in the record, I would prompt the user within this chatbot to enter the information, and then I would push that information or patch it using the patch method. So this is the API URL, and you can see the contact ID is passed into this API URL. And the contact ID is actually captured in the previous step. So when I search for the contact, part of the information that gets pulled is the contact ID. So that's cool. I'm able to update the contact record in HubSpot. So then the next thing I wanted to do was to create a ticket and then associate that ticket to the newly created or the newly updated contact record. So to do that, you can do it in one API call. So let me open this up here. And here you can see we're doing an API call to the ticket object. And get ready for this because this is a long list of key and value pairs. But what I'm trying to do here is just create a ticket. So what I need to do is define which ticket pipeline, what ticket stage it's in, put in a ticket subject, and then pretty much everything down here are all mostly custom properties that I created. So that's why you could kind of see the naming conventions aren't really formatted nicely. So this was kind of a lesson that I learned the hard way. You can see that after a while, I kind of started to prepend some of these custom properties with quotes, just so I can kind of keep track of all these different custom properties I was creating. So this is pretty much how you do it. So to give you an example, I'm going to hop over to HubSpot to show you how you can grab this information. So the documentation on the HubSpot website wasn't very clear. In the API docs, it was showing like an actual name, like support_pipeline. And that just wasn't quite intuitive to me. So what you need to do is head over to your settings, go to your ticket pipeline. In this case, I'm in this quotes pipeline, and you'll start to notice like this little icon here. So when you click on it, you'll see an internal ID. So you'll copy it, right? So this one ends in 94. And if we go back to Typebot, you can see this is the internal key or the internal value that points to my quotes pipeline. So you'll end up doing that for the stage as well. So heading back here, go to configure. And if you just hover over, click on this, and here's the internal ID, copy it. This one ends in 21. And if we go back to Typebot, the value for this key ends in 21 as well. So that's cool. Another thing to note is how you associate the ticket to the contact. So you do it down here. So here you pass in the contact ID, and then the association type ID, I think it's contact to ticket, is 16. So this was a little unusual to me. So what you'll need to do is head over to the association API to kind of see a list of all of the different keys and then the respective numbers that coincide with them. So there's actually quite a long list. So here is the associations API. It's a version 4. And if you scroll down, you'll see the type IDs and the association type. So the one that we were using is down here. It's ticket to object, which was 16, right? So it's ticket to contact in this case. So heading back to Typebot, you can see we passed in 16, and then the association category is HubSpot defined. Honestly, I just grabbed this from the API docs and it seemed to work just fine. So that's it. That's how you associate your ticket to the contact record. And if you want to get a little bit more info on how to create a contact via API with Typebot, check out my previous video.